Most of us who live here have made the road trip into Southern California at some point, but we zip right past some interesting stops along the way.
Tonight, we visit two of them, including one road many of us are not quite sure how to say. Is it Zzyzx? Is it Zzyzx? Also, a former water park known as more of an eyesore than a family attraction. They are interesting, even unusual landmarks, but rarely do any of us stop to explore.
We're usually in a hurry to get wherever we're going. Well, that's why we're here. In part 2 of our series, The Secrets of I-15, News 3's Gerard Ramalho is on the road again tonight.
He joins us this time near Newberry Springs. Gerard?
Well, Jessica, I'm guessing I'm probably not the only one who was driven by this site and wondered, what's the story behind this abandoned water park? Tonight, we are going to answer some of those questions for you, but we're starting with a road that has a very strange name, and yes, I'm guessing many of you aren't even sure how to pronounce it. Day 2 of our journey takes us about 105 miles south of Las Vegas to a road with a most unusual name. You know the one.
Zzyzx.
Zzyzx, I'm guessing.
Actually, it's pronounced Zzyzx, named by a man named Curtis Springer, who was famous for always having the last word. He used to claim Zzyzx was the last word in the English language.
People think this is an old ghost town. I had someone ask me where the ruins were. Nudist colony, that was kind of a funny one.
Follow Zzyzx Road about 4.5 miles down through the Mojave National Preserve. You will encounter wildlife, a dry lake bed, and eventually what appears to be an old abandoned resort.
It was kind of a religious / health resort. He was a radio evangelist, and part of his spiel was health products and kind of the health resort, and inviting people out to get out here and kind of enjoy the magnificence that is the Mojave Desert.
Curtis Springer enticed followers by promoting his natural hot springs. There were individual bathhouses.
If you peek into these rooms, you can see some of the old little individual baths.
Even day beds and a pool. Jason Wallace, who works for Cal State Fullerton, manages the property now. He says today it is used by students and researchers from around the world.
Biology, geology, hydrology, geomorphology, planetary science. NASA comes out here a couple times a year.
Incidentally, those hot springs were never actually hot. Springer would artificially heat them, but neglected to ever reveal that part to his guests. Still, the resort thrived for nearly 30 years until it was finally closed in the 1970s. Wallace believes Springer knew the spot was remarkable, as even today, it is still being studied for its uniqueness and beauty. Our second stop takes us further down the highway to a place that also celebrated success for decades.
The refreshing oasis that is the all-new Lake Dolores Resort and Rockahula Water Park. Visitors are treated to an atmosphere filled with classic Americana and family fun.
That was then. This is now. The once bustling water park, now a forgotten roadside attraction. The idea conceived way back in the 1950s by businessman Bob Byers, who named the first park after his wife Dolores.
Ride any of the 6 giant 200-foot slides or a 350-foot tram.
The first park opened in 1969, and over the next 25 years, rides and attractions were added. Remnants of the giant slides, footbridges, and lazy river still visible today. In its heyday, the water park would welcome thousands of visitors every single day. After 4 or 5 different owners and just as many themes, the current owners say it's unlikely it will ever be a water park again. Managers of the property tell us the current owner has it up for sale, 273 acres in all. Occasionally, the park is leased out for commercial shoots, even RV camping. But what will it become in the future? Could it be something grand? Maybe. The ride isn't over just yet.
Bringing the world's first water park into the 21st century.
Pretty cool to see the parts of our the outskirts of our neighborhoods that we do often drive by, but often don't stop.
That Zzyzx Road part was really hilarious to me. The hot springs that weren't really hot and that people were flocking there thinking they had some, you know, healing powers, magical powers, and the guy was just heating up the water.
What about the guy who's known for having the last word, so he literally names it after the last word in the dictionary? You got to love that, right?
Now we know it's Zzyzx. You can impress your friends the next time you're on a road trip. Hey, be sure to tune in tomorrow night here at 6 when Gerard hits the open road again.
This time he takes us on a time warp road trip to Yermo, where he stops by an abandoned mining town.
And we flash back to the 50s, where a hangout spot is bringing back that nostalgic era of rock and roll. That's tomorrow on The Secrets of I-15.